Welcome back. We take you back to this breaking news story. We've received information about the kidnapping of Marie Tsehai, a prominent Tanzanian journalist and human rights advocate who had been kidnapped in Nairobi in Kenya. She was taken by armed men earlier today. We now speak to Roland, Ebole, a regional researcher in Uganda and Tanzania, who joins us now. Roland, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. What information do we have around the kidnapping of Maria Tsehai?
Good evening to you. We know that Maria Tsehai was abducted in Nairobi and at around 3:15 p.m. where she was taken in by 3 gunmen. And we are not sure she has been taken in, but we suspect that her abduction follows a wave of criticism against the Tanzanian government and President Suluhu Hassan's administration.
Yeah, very specifically, has there been a pattern of kidnapping of journalists who were doing work exposing the state, or is this the first of such case?
This is not the first of such case, especially happening in the Kenyan soil. We have many cases of abductions that have happened in Tanzania. In the last year alone, we had 4 critics of President Suluhu Hassan's administration who have been abducted, 4 of them that we, up to now, for almost 8 months, do not know where they are. But on the Kenyan soil, you would remember that in November, late November, Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye was abducted in a similar way at night and extradited and taken to Uganda, where he is now facing, military-related offenses in a military court, together with another party member, Obeid Lutare. We also had 4 Turkey citizens who were abducted, in broad daylight and extradited, taken back to Turkey to face offenses that they had been accused of having committed there. So we are seeing a lot of cases, or an emergence of cases of abductions happening, including of foreigners on the Kenyan soil.
Yeah, importantly here is that this happens, this is a Tanzanian genocide, but this happens on Kenyan soil, all while there are, of course, investigations into abductions of anti-state activists or democracy activists in Kenya as well. Abductions executed by the police there. Do we know if there's any relationship between the abductions of activists in Kenya and very specifically the abduction now of Marie Tsehai?
I cannot say that for sure. You'd remember that about 2 weeks ago, President William Ruto mentioned that the state has got nothing to do with the ongoing abductions and promised to end abductions of critics, of government critics. Maria Sarungi has not so much been a critic of Kenyan government administration or President William Ruto's administration, but so much on, speaking, on Tanzanian political issues, and especially, criticizing President Suluhu Hassan. So we are seeing this to be so much related to, her expression, her online expression, against Tanzania, where she comes from. More recently, we have seen other cases of, arrest of individuals because of, their expression. Just on Friday, we had an ambassador, former ambassador, Dr. Slaa, that was arrested in a similar way at 3 a.m. His was an arrest, but we are just saying that, what has been happening, and especially what has been happening in Kenya and what has been happening in Uganda and what is now happening in Tanzania has got one thing in common, whereby we are talking about governments really using abductions as a tool to silence or to get to intimidate and get its critics.
Yeah, Roland, thank you so much for your time. Do give us more details as soon as those do become available. We'll keep an eye on the story. Roland Ebole is a regional researcher in Tanzania and Uganda.